Hi there. You must excuse me if my eyes go off slightly here. I never know where to look on this thing. The temptation is always to look in the viewfinder there. I need to look at you. I get a lot of, not requests to see behind the scenes and why you always do the same thing out there. So where are we going here? So as you know, I have an autoimmune disease. Now, I don't know which one I have. I'm going to tell you all about the NHS here, and I'm very sorry. But I'm very sorry the NHS is garbage. And so I have an autoimmune disease. I've been suffering from about 4 years. Didn't know what the symptoms were for the first bit. Just so I was getting old, you know. Couldn't understand why I'm stumbling into things and falling over stuff and everything. And typing, that was another one. I remember typing, and all of a sudden, you know, your fingers weren't hitting the right keys all the time. What the heck? Changed my glasses, you know, but I don't really need glasses. I mean, I really only wear them on a lot of these videos because the bags under my eyes are so bad now. My young children, my young babies, who are 9 and 10, you know, I try not to let them know just how seriously ill Daddy is at the moment, you know, so it covers up the bags under the eyes, you know, because they access my YouTube channel to see Daddy's latest videos and songs and stuff, you know. And 7th of December 2020, I contacted the GP and I said, I really don't know what's happening here. I'd just been getting worse and worse. Every day was worse than the day before for years. I mean, I got to the point where, because I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, I used to go jogging or speed walking and stuff. And then I'd come home, have a wash, shower, whatever, and then I'd get the babies' breakfast prepared and their lunch boxes prepared for school and everything. And I'd get them up and chivvy them to get dressed and teeth cleaned and drive them into the oval and do the school run and everything. Come back, try and do some work. And then, but I couldn't, where was I going? Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed in the mornings, you know. And I was sleeping down here on the sofa for both marital reasons. And I am sorry, but you didn't know. But my legs were so painful at night. So when you moan about me, why are you sleeping on the sofa and stuff? I didn't want to, you know, I didn't know what was happening. You know, I have a history of rheumatic fever in my family, and also, you know, my family have a history of heart disease. And I didn't know if there was anything vascular going on in there, you know, the veins in the legs were coming up and everything. And, you know, honey, I got to say, you know, you're not the best in the morning if you've had 10 hours sleep, you know. You know, if I'd been waking you up in the night, you wouldn't have liked it. But I couldn't tell you anything without worrying you, you know, so, you know, just try to say I was working through the night and everything. Where am I going with it? 21st of June 2021, I rushed to Musgrove Park Hospital. And after Yeovil District Hospital threw me out so many times, even just 2 weeks before I was in wonderful nurses, and then my legs had gone away to nothing. You want to see my legs, how bad they are? You know, see them. I don't have my splints on anymore, so I'm not going to be standing up. I need to turn the viewfinder around so you can see this. You notice skin colour, you know, and my arms are starting to go the same way now, but they just eroded away to nothing, and you see that, you know, all gone here. My wrists have followed sooner, but that was the first thing I noticed, the legs. And you notice all the hair has gone. I mean, it looks like I shaved them, doesn't it? All the hair on my legs, I used to have hairy toes, all gone. See, everywhere. That toe there is broken, it was broken a few weeks ago, and I remember an ambulance driver coming up, because you can't hold anything. I tried to make myself a bowl of soup, and the bowl fell down and smashed my toe. When I was taken into hospital on the, I think it was the 8th of July 2022, so 5 weeks ago, the ambulance crew came round and one of them said, oh, I've seen him before. Well, ambulance crew, I don't think there's a limit on the number of times people can call an ambulance if they're ill. I mean, let's say everyone's got a serious heart problem or something like that, you know, and stuff, you know. So, oh, well, you know, I've had 3 heart attacks this year. I think I'm having a 4th, but I can't dial 999 because, you know, I've already had me 3. Gee. And, you know, but I didn't, did I call you when I broke that toe? No, I just sat here suffering in silence, you know, because I know what you're like. Now I know what your hospital was like. Didn't call you when I scolded my groin, boiling water. Oh, sorry, boiling hot soup. And I didn't call you when I scolded my leg badly, dropping the kettle. That was when I stopped. That was April when I stopped. No, that was February. I stopped making hot drinks then. The risk was too great. I think you're up to speed with the fact that all the muscles are gone. The arm muscles have gone now, you see. It's all just flab now. See that? All the muscles are gone. This is just within 6 weeks. That wasn't in April. That was solid muscle still. You know. There's the other one there. I think it's the most god-awful feeling in the world. If you imagine that you've got two balloons or 2 bags full of water underneath your skin, where your calves, and what's this bit here, thighs were, and the forearms there, and any movement make it sloosh, sloosh, sloosh. It's just awful, like, you know. And I've had not one day of treatment in 2 years. It's been 4 years, really, pre-diagnosis, post-diagnosis. On the 21st, yeah, I was in your hospital on the 9th, and the lovely nurses there concerned for me, and they'd arranged for me to be transferred to Musgrove to be seen by a neurologist. I now know, having now got my medical records, boy, they don't like to give you your medical records, on what you see, people, on these letters. I need a hand here. Yeah. What you see on these letters, and this is why I beg you people, record everything like I do. Record every phone call that you make. I got a whole memory stick here. 256 gigabytes. Almost 15 years of recording every conversation in the GP. You know? So, but some really, really evil, I'm not going to use the word doctor, because you're not a doctor. You're just vile. And she cancelled it. I was there in the wheelchair, just a bit wheelchair. No, you don't need that. She said, nothing wrong with you. Well, I just collapsed 3 times. I just blacked out twice outside. I just blacked out once in your waiting room. Go home, stop wasting our time. But every day you're worse than the day before. And the 21st of June, I ended at Musgrove, I saw this neurologist. I was in on the 20th, actually, and this really wonderful cardiac doctor who saw me first. She was great. I mean, I had some issues with her, but she was really great, you know, and she did the old muscle test and everything, and she went, no, that's not cardiac, you need to see a neurologist. I'm going to make him see you tomorrow. It came in. He really didn't want to be there. Again, it's all on video, the camera's way out of reach there. I'll upload it soon. I mean, the video runs 7.5 minutes. That was the length of the investigation. Now, if he was right, you wouldn't mind that. You think he's but no, he's just... I mean, and his verdict was, quote, likely functional neurological, this is on paper as well, likely functional neurological disorder, probably caused by his divorce, breakup of his marriage, and I expect his condition to improve. Well, and for over 2 years now, for 14 months, I've had to put up with every scumbag GP, inefficient doctor in a hospital, and quite a few nurses as well, but they're just filtering it down through. Going, it says functional neurological. It doesn't say that, it says likely. For the millionth time, chimpanzees got 99.3% of the same DNA as human beings, but you would like to think that a very highly paid anthropologist could tell the difference, wouldn't you? Huh? Likely. Or their little ghetto Freakouts. You need to check what is there on the paperwork, because it's all open to interpretation. And, oh, well, I only said it was likely. So it's likely. Systems consistent with. These are some systems out. Da, 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 da. Well, I had symptoms, and they're on video. I was actually watching some last night, actually, my family and I. And you can hear the breathing difficulties then. Because that was the other thing. The breathing difficulties went when I was in a certain place. We now know because the diaphragm doesn't work and the stomach muscles have eroded. And what my children used to say, Daddy, you're getting fat. Why? But you don't eat anything. It's because my stomach muscles have gone, my intestines hanging out. So here's your wonderful expert. First of all, he can only get it down to likely, and that's the best he can do, likely. And secondly, the cause of this problem that he definitively states is caused by this one, probably caused by, they don't do anything definitively. There's video evidence, tons of video. I mean, how many more videos, who's videoed more than me, you know? I mean, they're only here at home, but, you know, but me and the children, we made a video every day, you know, be it reading or playing or just doing homework and stuff, you know. And because there's no pictures of me, I don't exist until about 12 years ago. All my childhood stuff was destroyed by my crazy, sick, twisted mother and her just as evil second husband. So there's no photographs of me in my childhood, so I've made a point of documenting all my children's, everything they do. Cary Grant did the same, so I don't think this is anything unusual to me or any kind of psychological tick, you know. Oh yeah, so you're a wonderful neurologist. So he can only come up with likely. What he says is the probable cause, and he doesn't give any other options to it, came 2 years after I'd started exhibiting the symptoms. 2 years, 4 months after I started having the symptoms, which were all documented on photo and video, you know, witness. And he says, I expect his condition to improve. Well, at that time I could still run a bit, could still walk perfectly adequately, could lift things. Now, if I try to hold my arm up, that's what happens. I don't want to show too much because I don't want to make sure. Okay, whenever you see me in the other videos, folks, and people say about the other YouTube videos, oh, you're always flailing your arms around and everything. Yeah, but that's not, it's because I can't help it. They spasm, you know? It's because I try to hold my arm up, but it falls down, and that's why you see me doing this windmill kind of Magnus Pike thing. Who remembers Magnus Pike, you know? And I've not had 1 day of treatment in all that time. So if you say that I reported it to my GP on, my then GP, on the 7th of December 2020, and he completely ignored the email, he never answered it. I sent him another one 2 weeks later saying, I'm getting really bad now. He didn't answer that one. Then I had some kind of seizure over Christmas and got rushed into hospital, and that's when they came out and they said, there's something we need to tell you, and your GP will tell you. He's going to tell me. He doesn't even want to see me. And so they knew in the hospital, you know, there were neurological problems because they'd done an MRI that day. But I've still not had anything on paper officially, and I've suffered with it, and I've felt myself dying every day. And here's the thing, I've got a piece of paper somewhere here from Yeovil Hospital when I came out on the, because I've been in Yeovil Hospital. I was taken in on the 8th of July, head injury from